What's up, world? It's your favorite billionaire. Been back at it again. Welcome to Holy Stream. This is volume chapter 11 for y'all. This is 11 chapters, but guess what? Tonight is the series finale for Equilibrium. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be fire. But I'm going to ask you like I do every single week. Did you... Hold up. Come talk to Unc real quick. Come closer. Did you subscribe to the YouTube channel yet? You didn't? Why didn't you subscribe to the channel? Like, what are you waiting on? Click the link in the bio, right? Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Turn your notification bell on. Every time a new video drop, you'll get notified. You know what I'm saying? So just do me a huge favor. Go ahead and do that. And you know the drill. Share this video. Get this to somebody you like, you love, all of that. We're going to get started. Yeah, your boy running a little behind tonight, but man, I couldn't stop writing. The revelation gonna be crazy tonight. So just make sure you lock in and tune in. You got 2 minutes, and you're gonna go get this thing started. So just vibe with me for a little while. But 2 minutes, we're gonna be back. Yo, 2 minutes, man. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Probably another minute. Then we'll go ahead and get started. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, probably another minute. We'll go ahead and get started. Let's see where we are now. Tonight. Yeah, give it a second. Then, yep, boom. All right, so on tonight, we are going to, we're going to do Holy tonight. Yeah, we're going to do Holy tonight. Opening up commercials. Should be. Yep, that'll work. So welcome to Holy Stream, man. Welcome to tonight's teaching, Monday night's teaching. I believe it's going to be really fire, really dope. Excuse me if I'm lagging. I don't know if it's the internet on my side or not, but either way, the teacher must go forward. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go over this final part, this finale of this series. So get your notepads and your pens so we can go ahead and really talk, really break this thing all the way down to the lowest factor, should I say, to the most common denominator. So, let's see here. I got some notes here. And you know what's crazy, man? It's 2025. You would think that I, like, type everything up and then, look at stuff from the laptop or whatever. But nah, man, I still handwrite everything. Like, ain't that crazy? Like, I still handwrite all of the notes, like, that I teach from. Like, it's so crazy that I do that. But regardless, though, just an old school way. It's something about writing it down. It's something about writing it down. And it's funny because we're going to talk about that tonight. Because if you did not catch part 1 and part 2 of this series, part 1 was definitely about equilibrium. Just as a whole, what does it mean? Part 2 was about your voice matters. If you didn't watch that one, you need to go back and watch it. Your voice matters. It's connecting your ear, nose, and your throat to your voice. Really, really powerful. So bringing the natural scientific side to the biblical side and connecting it all together, super dope. But tonight we're going to talk about the series finale on tonight of Equilibrium, finishing this bad boy off. I hope you're ready. Because tonight's the last part. And it's titled 2020 in the Spirit. 2020 in the Spirit. So we're going to be going over vision. Your vision, your vision, your vision. We talked about the ear, the nose, and the throat. Like, we talked about that. But what is it about your vision that is so big, so great, and so grand that we have to, like, get it out there? Like, we have to talk about the importance of your vision. We have to talk about it. Because I don't think a lot of you understand. Because it took me years to understand this. And it's still a challenge here and there. I'm not even going to lie to you. For you not to see something and it not affect you. Like, let's be honest. Like, it is hard for you to see something and it not affect you to a point to where you're not up there like, man, like, I don't know if this going to be it. Like, you really have to, like, look at things from a different perspective, because if not, you are going to, like, lose your whole thought process. Like, you are going to lose your thought process as a whole. Like, you will not see anything that you should see. You're only going to see the negatives. Like, really, that's all you're going to see. You're only going to see the negatives. You're not going to see anything other than the negativity. Like, and it's sad to say, but that's just what it is. Like, you're not going to see anything else other than that. So I think that vision tonight, 2020 in the Spirit, is definitely a good segue to in this series, because, to be honest with you all, your vision is everything. It really is. And your vision is everything to the Lord. If you don't realize that your vision is everything to the Lord, the enemy will do his best to keep you blind, and he will do his best to keep your vision blurry. He will do his best. He will absolutely do his best to keep your vision completely out of sight, out of mind from what it is that you really want to see happen in your life. If everything happened in your life that you really wanted to see, then you wouldn't worry, you wouldn't stress, you wouldn't overthink, you wouldn't feel bad, you wouldn't feel negative, you wouldn't feel any of the things that you feel if you thought for 1 second that what you see going on in your life will really happen on a day-to-day basis. If you saw the money that you needed, you wouldn't be stressed. If you saw the health that you needed, you wouldn't worry. If you saw that your family was taken care of, you would not overthink. So there's something about your vision that is so important to this world and to God that the enemy feels that it is good enough to attack it. So you have to really think about it from that perspective. What is it about your vision that the enemy wants to keep blinded, keep keep just completely out of sight, out of mind, for you to be like, nah, I don't want to see anything other than what I'm seeing right now. I don't want to see anything different. I don't want to see anything other than this. This is what I see, and that's it. Like, it has to be something greater than that. It has to be something greater than that. It has to be. There is no way the enemy going to take his time to plan out how well your vision shouldn't work for your life. There's no way. Like, it's a reason for it. It's a reason for it. 100%. It's a reason for it. So, let's talk about 2020 in the spirit. 2020 in the spirit. You see me look down, it's because I got notes. You see me look off, got scripture right here for y'all as well. But the cool thing is I wrote the scriptures in the notes, so I don't have to look to the left or to the right. So you just see me looking down, look up this side, which is cool. So it's going to be more like a vertical conversation versus a horizontal. You'll catch that later. Anyway, let's talk. Point number 1. Your vision balances you. Your vision balances you, keeps you balanced. When you think about it, if you look up any other way and you walk forward, you're going to run into something. But if you look straight, whether you look left or right, guess what? As long as your eyes are straight, no matter if you look to the left or the right, as long as they're looking anywhere other than up, you can have the opportunity to walk straight and not run into anything. Now, I know some of us, we're a little clumsy here and there. We'll still be looking forward and we're still walking to something, right? We'll look to the left and bam, we'll hear something. We look to the right, bam, and we'll hear something, right? But most of us, because we have peripheral, which means we can see, even though we see forward, the eye is so detailed and so intricate, the way God created us, we can still see things to the left and right of us, right? So, even though I'm looking straight into the camera now, I can still see my hands left or right of me. Like, I know that there's a hand here. Not because I know that's my hand here, but I can really see it. I can see me moving my fingers. I can see all of it. And that's the crazy thing on how God created us, because our brain, our mind controls the vision that we see from our eyes, but it really don't control it. It processes it. Your brain tells your eyes what to do, because each part of your eye, from the cornea to the iris to the socket to the lens, it does so many things, man. It was so much information, I couldn't even really write it all down. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. I'll be teaching a science class at this point. So, and that's not my job. So I was like, you know what is it about all of this and the mind and vision? Because the mind plus the eyes equal vision. What is it about vision that the enemy doesn't like? So if your vision balances you, meaning your eye balances you, right? Think about it like this. If I'm the adversary, I need to come in between your vision, your eyes, and your brain, your thoughts. I need to come between those two things in your life. If I come between your eyes, which is the first thing that sees something, right, that brings information into your brain, man, the eyes are so powerful, because the eyes know when to adjust based off of light. Like this ring light I have on right now, my eyes literally, I didn't even know this, the lens and the cornea and the iris of my eye, it takes the light and it dims it so that I don't feel like the light is too bright for me. Or if it gets too bright, my eyes will alert my brain to say it's bright. And my brain will communicate back to my eye to say, no, that's too much. Turn the light down. It's so crazy how that works. But guess what? Your brain does the same thing for everything in your body. So if your mind is a part of your soul, right? And the enemy is there to take your soul from you, he's to block every other part that's connected to your mind. He needs to block it. If I can block your vision, you know what else I can block? I can block what your eye tells you what you see. I can automatically block it. That's where he comes into play. He wants to step in between what balances you, which is your eyes plus your brain equal vision. I need to stand in the middle of that, so I can distract, I can blur, I can blind it all. So even if you see something good, you still think it's negative. I'm gonna sip on that. I don't have that much water on me, but I'm gonna sip on that. That's why it's too good to be true. That's why it don't make sense. That's why even if it's good for you, you will still try to make it bad. You will still try to make it like it isn't God. And it's God the whole time. Yeah. You will still try to make it like it's not God and it's God the entire time. The entire time. The entire time. You will make it to where it ain't God. Because you don't think that the vision of you is good enough. You don't believe it at all. It has to be to a point to where it's blatant, and it's so bad to where the enemy has gotten so good to stand between our eyes and our brain, right in the middle. He wants to play middleman, to where you got to look at somebody else's life or get somebody else's opinion to even believe that what's really good, going good in your life, that you see that it really is from God or not. Like, you really got to go to somebody else to believe it. That's crazy. Like, that's really crazy. You really are going to God and saying, I want this, I see this happening, I wrote the vision, all of that. And when it's time for God to give it to you, you don't believe it. So you will turn around and go to someone else and ask them if it's really God or not. You will question that. Not only that, even worse, you will literally, you hear me? You will see it happen, and then you will ask somebody else for their opinion over your life. And those same individuals that you're asking, they want the life that you have, and you're asking them. So maybe 8 to 7 out of 10 times, they're going to tell you that, well, it's completely opposite. They're not going to tell you the real, like, that's really God. They're like, I don't know. What do you think? They know it's God. They just can't see it happening for you this fast. But the crazy thing is, you can't even see it. Why can't you see it? Why can't you see that it's God? What's holding you back? It's because you're not balanced. Because you don't know that your vision balances you. It balances your life more than you think. Just like the human eye helps us see and stay balanced, like literally helps us stay balanced. Spiritual vision, the vision of the spirit, which comes through your eye, it helps us stay balanced in life and focused on God's purpose and steady through life's chaos. Every single time. I'm going to say it again. Just like the human eye that helps us see and keeps us balanced, literally. Because if you blind and you walking, you will be completely off balance because you don't know where it is. That's why when blind people walk, they have a stick, right? To tap for two things, for direction and vibration, so that they can feel it and they can figure out what's in front of me so I don't go into it. Or they have someone walking with them, holding them, to direct them into where they're going. It keeps you balanced. Your spiritual vision helps us stay balanced in life. It helps us stay balanced in life. Why? So that we can be focused on God's purpose and we could be steady through life's chaos. Meaning that when you're in the midst of living through your vision, you're going to run into some chaos. 100%. Let me be the first and not the last person to tell you this. When you write the vision down and you're trying to live through your vision, the chaos has to come. It has to be tried. The vision has to be tried to make sure that it's super steady through God. It has to be tried. Has to be. My vision is being tried right now. A lot of you don't know this, but it is 1,000,000,000%. And it's so crazy because I see how the enemy is there. I can see the enemy. I know the enemy is there. I can see it, but I also see God. I see Christ. I see ministering angels. I see Holy Spirit for sure. I see it. 100% I see it. And one of the biggest things you can do is see the enemy while he's working. Once you get to that point, you literally frustrate him. You know why? Because no matter what he does, you know you see him and you can call him out. Like, yeah, devil, I see you. I see you. One of the biggest things you can do to your enemy is be silent, even though you know you see him. You know why? Because I do not wrestle against flesh and blood, Ephesians chapter 6, but against principalities, against darkness, against evil rulers, wickedness in high places. I don't wrestle in that way. So in other words, I can't physically fight a spiritual battle. When I see the enemy, I go in the spirit realm to fight my battles. I can't physically harm it. Because what the enemy does, he uses people to move his agenda. And one of the best quotes I've created in life, it was definitely given to me by God for sure through prayer. The enemy, the devil, will use anybody that's available. He absolutely will. If you're available, he'll use you. He will use you. And that's what he does. He uses those that are available. He uses those that are available. So when it comes to your vision, you have to stay focused. You have to see the enemy and be like, okay, devil, I see you. And that be it. Because if you try to fight what you see in him, when you see him, he's going to keep on going. Because all you're doing is just giving him more opportunity and more more of an invite. But when you see him and you go silent, oh, it burns him up. Oh, it burns him up. Boy, it burns him up. It makes him upset. It makes the devil upset because you see him and you silent and you don't say nothing. Like, okay, I see you. I don't need to sit up there and argue with the enemy and go back and forth with you because I see you for who you are. So I'm gonna just let it go. Okay, cool. And so what the enemy does is when it comes to your vision, he does everything for you not to see it. So he'll throw wrenches in your plans. He'll try to say things about you, try to destroy your character. That's what the devil do. That's what Satan does. That's why your vision has to be 20/20 in the spirit. Because if it's not, you will compare the spirit to what you see in the flesh and thinking it's the same. Remember, the spirit is not a byproduct of what you see in the natural and the flesh. The flesh is the byproduct of what's happening in the spirit already. And a lot of times what you see in the natural, it already happened in the spirit. We're just late. We're late. Have you noticed how fast time has been flowing? Have you seen how fast time has been flying? Have you noticed like when it's like 9 o'clock or 8 at night, the sun is still out? That's not normal. It is not normal, no matter what time zone you're in for real, depending on where you're at. And I'm speaking on this country alone, US of A. For it to be 8:45 at night and the sun is just now setting. That means that the world is spinning so fast that time can't even catch up to what the world is doing. Like, that's mind blowing. That's why the summers are hot. But remember, last summer it felt hotter, and the summer before that it felt hotter. This summer is hot, but it's like the time going so fast you don't even realize it. These kids gonna be back in school next week already. When October hit, 2025 is over. We're going into 2026. Now, mind you, when you think about it, when was the last time you said Happy New Year? It didn't feel long ago, did it? But the world is turning so fast. So in other words, the world is trying to catch up to what God is doing. Because even the world knows, even the ground knows, even grass and trees know what season it is right now. The question is your vision balanced enough to be in God's purpose, but also steady enough to go through life's chaos when it's going out of control, when it's spinning super fast? Like, make sure that your vision is focused on God. Absolutely. Because it keeps us balanced. It keeps us balanced. It keeps us focused on what God is doing right now. Because he's doing a lot. He's doing a whole lot. For me, for you, for everyone. And so people don't really understand it. So without God's given vision, we walk aimlessly through life. Like when you have a target and you aim for something, you're focusing on that. on whatever it is that you're pointing at. But when you walk aimlessly, which means you walk into any single different direction in life, because your vision is not with God, your vision is with yourself. So God has to give you a vision. And here's what happens when we walk aimlessly through life. Number one, we trip on stuff. We trip on everything, literally and figuratively, like emotionally and physically, even spiritually, even mentally, we trip on things. We will literally overthink things that are really not even supposed to be overthought about. And one of the things that I've learned recently is that when you overthink a lot, you are thinking for God. When God told you something, stand on business on what he told you. Why are you overthinking what God has already told you? And I'm going to tell you, it's hard. Lean in. It's hard. Because number one, you're human. Because number two, new levels, new devils. Number three, you're jumping into a new season that you didn't even think you was qualified for. Whew. Wow. You're jumping into a new season that you did not think you was qualified for. Whew. And then last but not least, we trip because our faith gives us a bigger block to walk over. And it seems like we can't get over it. Y'all be praying for a lot of good stuff. Y'all do. But the way that you walk, it can't be aimlessly. You got to be focused. You got to be on that one narrow path concerning on the things that you walk with. But yeah, number one, we trip. When we walk aimlessly, we absolutely trip. We trip on everything. We trip on ourselves. We trip on our finances. We trip on our love lives. We trip on our marriages. We trip on our kids. And you got to ask yourself, like, how am I walking when it comes to my vision? I don't think a lot of us even ask that question. Like, you're walking for sure, but do you walk aimlessly? Do you just walk like I'm just day to day, like you're comfortable, you're content, like you're not trying to do anything other than what you see on a day-to-day basis? You're not trying to grow, you're not reading books, you're not personally developing, you're not listening to audios, you're not reading, you're not writing, you're not journaling. Some of you are journaling, but your journaling is like you venting. What about the journaling where you are speaking in faith, like as if it's done? What about the journaling that challenges you? What about the journaling that gets you outside of your comfort zone? What about the journaling that says to you, I want to be a wife. However, I don't have no example in my life, but you know what you want to be as a wife. What about the journaling that does that? And for some of you that do say, I want to be a husband, but there is not one male figure in my life that makes me feel like I could be a husband. What about those that journal that? But when you do write it down, do you trip over it? Does it seem too big for you to walk over it? Does it seem too much for you to fall? Like, why do you trip over it? You shouldn't trip over it, because God has given you the opportunity to write it down. He trusts you. He does trust you. And trust me, if he don't trust you, it's not going to come to pass. It's really that simple. It's not going to come to pass. But what about the journaling that challenges you? Here's what I want you all to do. Whenever you come in contact with this live, if you're journaling, I want you to challenge yourself with the journaling. I want you to write something that's not within your reach right now. That is going to force you to have vision. It's going to force you to have vision. Right now, when your eye and your brain is connected, that's called vision. The enemy steps between what you see in your eye and the communication between your eye and your brain. That's why when you see things, you hear his voice. That's the reason why. It's because he's trying to intercept what you see. So the moment you see your dream car, he intercepting it and saying, you can't afford it. You can't have it. You can't. The moment you see that brand new couch, that brand new bed, you're like, oh my God, that looks so beautiful. The moment you see the drapes and the decor and the nice bathrooms and the nice big huge soaking tubs in houses, the moment you see it, here he comes stepping in between what you see and the thought in your head. So he can destroy the happiness that's trying to reach what you see. So you got what you see here and you got your brain here, and it needs to do this every time. And here he comes to stop it from connecting. So you just keep scrolling. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. You keep liking, sharing, send, whatever. And every time you do it, he try to step in the middle like, nope, can't connect it. Like, nope, you can't. But see something negative. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody passed away. Negative. The administration going crazy with the president. Negative. He steps in between what you see with your eyes and what your brain needs to. See, your brain has all of the actual ideas on how to get to what you see. Your brain has it all. But if he's, man, this is so good. But if he steps in to get your eye to fight with your brain, you have no vision. You have zero vision. Your vision only comes to play when what you see connects with your brain. Your brain is the CPU of your body. It is the greatest real estate you will ever own. It's the 6 inches between your ears. It is your brain. It is the most valuable real estate that you will ever own. It is priceless. It can make it. It can break. It can do a lot. So if you see something and your brain is like, I like that. For example, I like that chair. I can do a lot with that chair. And the moment you start coming up with ideas, here come the enemy. But you don't have the money to do a lot with that chair. What you want a chair for? You already have a chair. Why do you want another car? You already got a car. Why do you want a house? You got an apartment. Be happy with your apartment. Like, no, I want better. I want greater. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So I want greater. So why is it that when I see something that makes me want to feel greater, to have ideas about being greater, for some reason, here he comes? Because there's something about your vision that he does not want you to see. Because your vision is only connected when what you see with your eyes is connected to your brain. Absolutely, every single time. So we trip, number one. Number two, we fall. We fall out, but we don't fall in. We fall out of things, we don't fall in things. I can't let you fall in love. I can't let you fall in love with the process. I can't let you fall in love with Jesus. I can't let you fall in love with your calling. I can't let you fall in love with your vision, because when you're in, you're in. You're all in. There's no coming out of it. He doesn't want that. So I have to get you to fall out of it. So how do I get you to fall out of it? Make everything seem like what you're going to do is not going to last long. Make it seem like whatever it is that you see, whatever it is that you write, you can't even have it because you don't deserve it. Who are you to say you're going to be a millionaire? You don't know. Nobody in your family makes 6 figures. You are the closest to 6 figures, and you're making 50, 60, maybe 70, 80K a year. And that's before taxes. How are you going to sit there and say you're going to be 6 figures? I mean, a millionaire. You're not even scratching 6 figures. Like how? Newsflash. You ready? As of yesterday, the United States of America, you ready? Produced from January of 2025, you hear me? To July of 2025, the United States added 199,000 millionaires in 7 months. 199,000 new millionaires were created in the past 7 months. The past 7 months. And those are the ones that are on paper. We're not talking about the other ones. We're not talking about the online businesses, the content creators, the clippers, the people that clip videos for a living. We're not talking about none of those. We're talking about people that actually have registered businesses, LLCs, C Corps, S Corps. 190,000 new millionaires were created in the past 7 months. Don't tell me vision is not important. Don't tell me it's not important. If you fall in love with the process, you can be what it is that you write down and that you see. If you fall out of it, you can't be it. You can't. I dare you say that you're going to find a cure for cancer. You lost both of your parents to it. I dare you. I dare you say that you're going to have a product that's going to cure eczema. I dare you. Who are you? What? Who are you to see an issue in the world and think that your brain has the capacity to come up with a solution for this problem? Who do you think you are? That's what the enemy says. So what we do is we see it, we see the problem, we feel the emotions of the problem, and we say to ourselves, man, like, that's bad. I know I can do. I wonder what would happen. I think it'd be better if this would happen. That's your brain being in connection with what you saw, and that was a vision that you spoke, just like that, just that fast. Well, the reason why it's not working is because they need to do this better. You already created a vision with your words, and you didn't even write it down. We do it all the time. We do it so freely and so haphazardly. We've been doing this since we were kids. But no one told us that that's the epitome of vision. What you saw connected to your brain, solution came out. Vision. Easy, simple, and put. But what does the enemy do? I want you to fall. I don't want you to stand tall. I don't want you to have posture in what you see, because if you do, you're going to actually believe this crap, and it's going to really come to pass. It's going to come true. It's going to come true. It's actually going to come to pass and come true that what you saw and what you thought of about what you saw is going to actually happen. But once you finally see it, it's like, nah, it ain't going. Why me? And when you ask why me, you know what you do? You lose balance. You lose all of your balance. Here's what happens when you lose balance with your vision. One day you believe it, next day you don't. You've been believing it this whole week. Something happens uncontrollably in your life, and then all of a sudden you don't. That's what vision looks like when you lose your balance. Your balance is, when you lose balance in your vision, you stop reading your goals. You stop looking at them. You stop bringing them to God in prayer. You stop speaking them. You stop believing them. Your hope is shot. One day you have it. Next day you don't. Next after that you have it. 2 days after, you don't. Like, look, just notice the cycle of the enemy. Notice every time you think about your vision, or you read it, or you got a screenshot in your phone, you got the note saved where you see it everywhere, you got it on your bathroom mirror, wherever you have it, you like, every time you do it, something happens, something bad happens, something uncontrollably happens in your life. That is because the enemy wants you to lose balance. Remember, your eyes keep you balanced in your posture when you walk. You don't think so? Close your eyes and spin around 3 times and try to walk. You're going to run into something. You're not going to be balanced. If you close your eyes and go 1, 2, 3, turn, and then just walk. You know there's a wall right here, right? You're going to be like this with your hands trying to feel like, wait, where's the wall? Because I know there's a wall here. Boom, stub your toe. That's because you can't see. That's because you have no balance. You lost your balance. 100%. So vision brings 3 things. Here's what vision brings. It brings 3 things. Number 1, it brings direction. My question to you is, if you believe that vision brings direction, where are you going? Where are you going? Did you write down where you're going? Did you write down where you are going? Where are you going? I want some good water. Where are you going? That's the first thing it does. It brings direction. Your vision directs you to where you are going to go in life. Absolutely. You show me a man that has vision, and you can also show me a man that has direction of where he's going. Every time. Show me. Show me a man with vision, and I will show you a man that has a plan and a direction of where he's going in life. He may not have all the resources at first. He definitely ain't gonna have the money. He may not even have the influences. He won't even have the people in his corner at that moment. But it doesn't matter. Direction is what he needs first. Everything else, them 4 things, will come along the path of him getting to where his destination is. But you have to write it down first. You have to have direction first. You have to know where you're going. In other words, what do you want? How do you want it? The time frame, what date? What is your date to these things happening? What's the date? What's the date to these things happen? Okay, I'm going to be a millionaire. Okay, what's the date? Well, by next year. What month? What day? What year? Write it down. Stamp the spirit realm on what's going on when it comes to your vision. Stamp it. You're going to be a millionaire? Okay, cool. What date? Because once you do it, the spirit realm automatically has to respond to it. Because it's a rule, it's a principle of God, which we'll go over in a second. So once you write down this date, after you write down the date, boom. And you know what's so crazy that I'm saying this? I'm sorry if I get so passionate about this. It's because people who don't believe in God still believe in those principles. You know, people who are real big on manifestation and, angel numbers and, new age and stuff like that. They took, and metaphysics and science and stuff like that, right? They took the principles of the Bible and they use it in their day-to-day life, and it works. And religious people will say, well, they're not saved, so it comes from the devil. Let me help you understand something, okay? Let me come lean in. It's a God-created principle called sowing and reaping. It's a God-created principle called faith and hope. Do you understand it? It's a God-created principle of these things. So I want you to realize that even though these folks don't even believe in God, but you're probably wondering, why are they so rich? Why do they, when you look at their lives and you ask them, they will say things out the Bible, and you're wondering, how did you're putting scripture next to it. You are putting every single sermon that you heard that was similar to what they said. Because you've heard pastors preach on it, you've heard bishops, apostles, all the preach, but you're wondering, but how come they have it and I don't? The question is, how come they have a vision and you don't? They did everything the Bible said, and when I'm telling you, because I've read books by. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you all a secret right now. Okay, I'm gonna give you all a secret. This book right here, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons, by this guy, Napoleon Hill. Let me tell you something. He wrote a book called Outwitting the Devil. Y'all need to read it. Man, it is one of the most profound. If you don't want to read it, you can just listen to the audio. Go on SoundCloud and listen to it. Don't go on YouTube. Go on SoundCloud. I know people don't do SoundCloud no more, but it's still up there. Go on SoundCloud. That guy that you seen on that book, the dude was making millions of dollars a month in the 40s. 1940s and 50s. I'm going to say it again. He was making millions of dollars in the 1940s and 50s. And when I read a lot of the things that he was like talking about, And in a lot of the things he referred to the Bible a lot, but it's just a principle. It was all principle stuff out the Bible. It was all principle based things. And I'm like, and I'm looking at his results, and I'm looking at his family, and I'm looking at the family legacy. I'm looking at all of this. I'm like, yo, like, these folks not even really saved for real, but they're living the principles. I'm not talking about his salvation and whether he go to heaven or hell. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the principles of vision. That book changed my whole, and I'm telling you, I'm not even done reading. I just read literally the first 60 pages. That book got over 300 pages. And I'm like, I'm blown away over the first 60 pages of the book. I'm like, yo, this is mind blowing. The stuff he put in that book, I'm like, this is the stuff that the rich and wealthy seekers been having for years. And the crazy thing is that a lot of the actual mysteries that these rich folks been having for years, they all come out of the Bible. I never seen one thing that they said that I couldn't find in the Bible. I couldn't. I'm like, so as believers, why are we catching the bus? Why is it that when it comes time to tithing and sowing, we always got to make a decision between a bill and tithing? Why are we always the borrower and we're never the lender? Why? But we go to people like him, men and women like him, and lend and borrow from them. How come they are the borrowers and they're taking all of God's principles and using it and it's working, but yet though we are not doing it and we believe in God? That's not making sense to me at all. It's not making sense to me at all. And I'm holding myself accountable. It's like, why aren't we not using these principles? We need to start using these principles, y'all. We need to start using these principles of God. If God say he gonna do it, then that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Why are we questioning? How come these people got more faith? And they don't even call God. They don't even reference it. They say the creator. They say the universe and all this other stuff. But they are taking, I mean, in some parts of the book, I saw Proverbs. I'm talking about, they quoted, Proverbs says this. So it's like you're taking principles out of the Bible and you're using them on earth and they're working in your life. If God gonna do it for you, what make you think he ain't gonna do it for you? Like, if he's gonna do it for them, he's gonna do it for you. Because you believe. You actually take time. You got a prayer closet. You got Bible time scheduled in your life. And they are literally not doing this. But they're so big in the principles and big in sowing and reaping and understanding. Their whole philosophy is this: if I help a lot of people get what they want, I'm going to get what I want. That's principles of the Bible all day long. That's what it is. They never say the part of the scripture where Jesus talks about the poor shall live amongst us always. They don't ever say that in reference to I shouldn't help the poor. They literally do that. They build foundations to take people off the street. It's an actual group. If y'all don't know about this, you can look it up. I think it's called R29 or R59. I don't remember the exact number, but it's by the billionaire that owns Virgin Mobile, who owns the Virgin Mobile cruise ship and Virgin Airlines, which is Richard Branson. Richard Branson created this group of network of high elite, high income earners. It's a fee you have to pay every single year. I think it's a one-time fee of $10,000 to get in, and then your yearly fee is like $100,000 a year or something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers. But I read this in a Forbes magazine about 6 to 7 years ago. And I saw it from Yahoo Finance, and I did more research on it. Number one, it doesn't matter about the money you have. You could be worth billions of dollars, but they all get together and they come up with a mission. They come up with a mission, number one. Number two, they will literally do a documentary / movie about you and then get a full team production, put it on Netflix, wherever you want to do it. Number three, They will sit you down with the best of the best elite of Wall Street, meaning investors. They will literally have these people come in the room, tell you exactly what to invest in, how much money you should do. They will give you returns. They will tell you everything. They will even monitor it for you. They also want your entire family there, meaning your wife, your husband, your kids, so that they can show you how to set stuff up for your kids for life. Like, this group is like the top of the top. It doesn't matter about how much money you make. If you're not aligned with the vision of what the group is moving toward, then you will two things will happen. You won't get invited in, or you'll get kicked out. They do monthly audits on everybody. If they see that your personal life is not in alignment with what the vision is, you'll get kicked out the group. They'll send you your money back. They will send you your money back. It doesn't matter. Now that I think about it, you have to be making at least $300,000 a year or more to even be selected in the group. It's a $10,000 one-time fee, and then it's like a yearly subscription fee you got to pay. And a lot of the principles I read, and this was 6-7 years ago, it was strictly from the Bible. Strictly from the Bible. And I'm like, yo, it's something about that word that people are really diving into that we just are not getting and we're not applying. I personally, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But direction, where are you going? Where are you going? Your vision brings three things. Number one, direction. Number two, discipline. Your vision keeps you in alignment. It keeps you in absolutely alignment in your life. Discipline. It's not the fact that you're not doing it. Discipline means that it's not that you're doing it. Are you consistently doing it? Discipline means, are you doing it when you don't feel like doing it? It's not about the fact that you don't look at your goals. Are you looking at your goals every single day? Meaning that when you're upset, something frustrates you and you feel PO'd, are you still looking at your goals? Does the vision that you wrote down, does it, when you read it, does it change your mood instantly? Does it instantly change your mood when you read it? If it does not change your mood, then you need to rewrite the vision. Your vision needs to make you feel happy, joyful, excited about life as a whole. Your vision needs to do that. If you don't do those things, then you won't be disciplined about it. Why would you be disciplined about something that you don't like? That doesn't make sense. I like to work out. That's why I'm disciplined about it. That's why I go 6 days a week. That's why I'm up at 5 in the morning every single morning to go to the gym to go work out. Because I'm disciplined, because I like to work out. Because I like it. Are there times when I don't want to go? Absolutely. I felt like that this morning, Saturday morning, Friday, I was like, man, I want to sleep in. I don't want to get up. But thank the Lord I'm up, though, because I didn't have to wake up to see another day. However, discipline, it keeps you in alignment. It keeps you in alignment. Your vision keeps you in alignment. If you stick to your vision, you won't think about anything else other than what you wrote down. If you wrote down what you want your husband or your wife to be like, that's your vision. How come you not look? How come are you looking at everything else different? Oh, let me guess. Because you heard the pastor say, don't write that vision. You're missing it. You're missing it. You are 100% missing it. You wrote down he got to make 6 figures. You got to make this and the third. Okay, cool. I get that part. But let me go a little bit deeper. He wrote the vision and all of that. The problem is not the fact that you wrote the vision down. The problem is the fact that you wrote the vision and you didn't believe that the vision was actually going to come to pass, because guess what? Whatever you wrote down, you have to become. That's what they don't tell you. You could be missing out on your husband because you want this. I'm going to make it simple for you. Here's the most simplest way I can put it. Very, very simple. Write this down. Very, very simple. Anything that you want, start becoming it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Start becoming what you want. You want to look good? Change your wardrobe. Change your perfume. Change your makeup. Change your cologne. Change the type of shoes you wear. Change the type of socks you wear. Change the fitting of your clothes. You wear your clothes too baggy. Wear them a little more tailored to fit to your body as a man. Wear ties. Get tie clips. Get lapel pins to wear on your suit jackets. Buy suit jackets. Buy watches. They don't have to be expensive watches. They just need to look good. Until you can afford the Rolex, the APs, the Pateks, right? The Patek Philippe's. the Richard Millies or the Richard Millies, whatever you want to call it, the Audemars Piguets, the Hublots, the Harry Winstons. I'm naming very expensive the Jacob watches. Whenever you can afford those, great. But at this point, get you a nice watch. It don't have to be super expensive. You can wear you a nice watch that will make your wrist look good. Get you some bracelets. Get your hair cut. Get manicures and pedicures. Get your nails done, ladies. Do all of that. Hygiene of life. Whatever you want on your list, just become it. Become it in the version of you. That's all you have to do. Ask yourself this one question. You say, I want to be debt free. What does debt-free, what does the debt-free version of you look like? What does the debt-free version of you really look like? How does he or she wake up when you're debt-free and you have nothing to worry about? How does he or she act when you got a minimum of $50,000 saved in your bank account and everything is paid off? And you're just sitting on 50. How does she wake up every single day? You see, right now what I'm doing, I am really reprogramming your brain right now, because your brain needs discipline. The most disciplined thing that you can do is become the version of whatever it is that you wrote on your list every single day. That's the work of it. That's the part in Habakkuk 2:2 that people don't talk about. The work that you have to put in. The biggest work of your vision is you becoming what you wrote down. You becoming what you see. That's all it is. You working toward what you see. That's the work of it all. It really is. But if you're disciplined, it's going to keep you in alignment. Nope, I understand this made me mad, but when I look at my goals, it makes me excited. Look, where's your goals at? Let me show you. Look, let me show you. I keep my goals on me at all time. Look at this. In the back of my phone. I keep my goals on me at all time. Look at that. Look. I even wrote a check to myself. Look. I even wrote a check. See that 1 million? I even wrote a check to myself. I wrote this check. Look at the date. September 21, 2021. I wrote this check during the pandemic. During the pandemic. I keep it with me all the time. And when I look at this check, I'm like, boy. Oh, Lord. What's going to happen? The moment I can write something like this and just give it to somebody. Here you go. What type of person are you when you're able to do that? What type of person are you? What type of individual are you when you're able to do that? That's all you need to do. Number 3, your vision brings life. It brings life. It brings something new into your life. It brings creation. That's what it does. It brings creation. So you have to think in that way, like you are already at this level. Think like a wife already. Think like a husband already. Think like a CEO already. Think like a business owner already. Whatever profession you want to be in, start thinking already. And you probably saying, well, how can I think about it because I'm not doing it? Buy books in that field and read on it so you can start thinking about the field that you want to be in. No, it is. Start in the field. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want a bunch of land, you want whatever it is. That's why I have that book. I got entrepreneurial books. You want to be, you want to have a marriage ministry, right? You want to help marriages get restored, etc. But I'm not married yet, but I need to have a husband before I do it. Rightfully so. But are you preparing to be the wife that's going to have the husband to do the marriage ministry together? What are you doing to prepare to be that? You can find books on that. You can go to Amazon, you can Google, you can go to ChatGPT, you can find books on how can I be the better half of the marriage ministry. Whether you husband or no matter who you are, just find books on it and start reading in those areas. And then let me tell you what's going to happen. Because from that book, one of the lessons it's called masterminding. That's the first thing. Masterminding is you getting around like-minded people. And because you're just in the same room, you have a 60 to 80% chance of being successful by being around people that have the same vision as you do. You have a 60 to 8% chance of being successful in an area just by being around people that are in the same vision alignment as you. That's a principle of God. That's not no coincidence. God set it up that way. That's why the Bible says the two are better than one. You start getting around people. Why do you think when people get rich, they only hang around rich people? Why do you think that? And why do you think when the people that do get rich and they don't hang around rich people, they still hang around their old friends? Why do you think those people go back broke again? It's not a secret. It's not a secret. It is not a secret at all. It's not a secret. It's the principles are laid out like that for a reason. It's not a secret. You start hanging around people that have the same mindset as you. Your mindset is going to change and develop every time. Because they have principles, they have habits, they have that's where habits. They have habits. They have disciplinary actions that they use to keep their lives flowing. That's all it is. Some men, look, I know how to tie ties. I know how to tie bow ties. I know how to wear suits. I know how to do all of that from a professional, or as you say, a more dapper version of myself. That didn't happen until I started hanging around people who wore suits on a regular. I got like over 20, 30 pairs of different type of color design dress socks. I got like over 100 plus ties. I don't even wear them. Like I got bow ties, regular ties. I got all kind of stuff for suits. But that's because I hang around people who wear a lot of suits. That's why. That's how I knew how to. That's how I knew how to tie a Windsor, double Windsor, single Windsor, a Plattsburgh, all these different knots. Because I hung around those people. I know exactly the measurements. So when I walk into a suit store, I say, "Yep, I need this. I need this. I need you to measure me up on my shoulders because my shoulders a little bit broad, but I need it to be more fit, more tailored." I know exactly what type of cut I need to wear for suits. I don't like Italian cut. All my cuts got to be European. All of my cuts got to be European suits. All of them. Every single last one of them. When you buy suits, don't ever buy 3-button suits. Only buy 2-button suits. It's called always never. It means you always button the top part of the suit. The second button, you never button it. You let that flare open. The little tags you have around the wrist, you never keep those on the suit. You clip those. You bust those off. Every suit jacket in the back for men, it has a tail. It has a flare. When you first buy it, it's going to be stitched together. It's going to be stitched in 2 squares. And they do that with packaging to keep the flare from falling, from being all scrunched up during shipping. So you just pop it, and then let me tell you the secret. You take all of your suits to the cleaners. They will last long. They will look better. Get you a regular suit, no matter where you get it from. You can get it from the thrift store and take it to the cleaners, get it dry clean, and then take it to get tailored to fit your body. I learned that from hanging around guys who was making anywhere from 30 to 40 to 100 to $600,000 a month. I watched them do it. I saw the kind of cars they drove. I saw the kind of watches they wore. I saw all of that, and it just changed my whole perspective. It changed my whole perspective. So it's all about who you hang around. Proverbs 29:18 says this: where there is no vision, the people perish. Simple. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law. There you go. The law. This is Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law. That means your vision is law. Happy is he. Some of y'all, all them tattoos y'all got in the scripture, y'all need to get that tatted on your arm. Not in real life, I'm just joking, but you know what I mean. Y'all got all these different tattoos. Let that be your next one. 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But, that means everything before but. He that keepeth the law, happy is he. Happy is he, because he kept the law. And I'm going to tell you this, every person that keep God's law, they all happy. Every last one of them. Because they're living in the fruits of God's law. They're happy. They're not sad. Vision is law. That's it. Vision is 100% law. So why are you breaking the law? You don't have no vision? You're breaking the law. You should get arrested. You are violating the rights of the spirit realm by you not having a vision. You're in complete violation of the law. You're in complete violation. That means you should get cited. In other words, you should get a citation, a ticket. You should get handcuffed and arrested because vision is law. You don't have a vision. Write down the vision so you don't break the law. And how do you keep the vision? Because the vision is going to give you what? Direction, discipline in life. You read it. And you start acting as if the vision is done. You start reading it and living through it like it's already a part of your life. There is not one, every book I've read, all of them say the same thing. There is not one person that's going to give you a different secret. They all going to say the same thing. And none of those authors know each other. Some do, but most of them don't. And they all say the same thing. You have to live the life as if it's already done. It's not about the fact of when. It's already done. It's going to happen. Now, when it's going to happen, this is what I've heard. Leave that up to a power that's bigger than you. Leave it to God. Leave it to God. Let me tell you something. The vision of God is so powerful. Nobody debates this one statement. Nobody debated what Jesus said or what the Bible says at all. Nobody debates this. The Muslims don't debate it. The Buddhists don't debate it. The Satanists don't debate it. Nobody debates this one statement I'm about to make. Everyone is in exact agreement because it is a law in the spirit realm. Here it goes. If you think in negative terms, you're going to get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you're going to get positive results. There is not one religion on this earth. There is not one. You follow Jesus, great. One true God, that's him. But anybody else, even if you don't believe him, I promise you, there is not one person on this earth. The reason why the people who have all the money and then they go through it and then they finally come back to Jesus is because they realize that I was using the laws illegally. You're legal. You're just not using them. You're saved. You gave your life to Jesus already. You're just not using the laws. They didn't, but they're using them. So they're seeing the fruits of it, but they still don't feel fulfilled. But the issue is where religion comes into play is to separate you to say, you can't have both. Yes, you can. Stop. They lied to us. You can't have both. We're supposed to have both. We're supposed to be the example of the non-believers. But the non-believers are the example for us. That's why you see church folks looking like the world. But you don't ever see the world looking like the church. Ever. When's the last time you seen somebody out? When's the last time you seen somebody out in the club dressed like a first lady with a big old church hat? When the last time you seen it? When the last time you seen it? When was the last time you seen a guy out with a 3-piece suit on and the Bible in his hand, but he out in the club? When's the last time you seen it? However, you will see a first lady dressed like a girl in the club. Short dress on, cleavage showing, spaghetti strap, whatever. I need to be holy, but I still need to look sexy. You'll see it. There's no separation in the look, but the issue is because the law. We fulfill, but we're not following the law. They following the law, but they're not fulfilled. How about we be fulfilled and we follow the law at the same time? Why? Like, you can do both. You could be fulfilled in the Lord, and you can still follow his laws and principles at the exact same time. And there are thousands and millions of people in this world that do it. We just don't know them. We just don't know who they are. You can do both. You can absolutely do both. But remember, vision is law. Proverbs 29:18. Now, Jesus equates the eyes, us, meaning vision, as our spiritual filter. That's why when you see things, the first thing you do is judge it. That's the first thing you do. You look at it and you filter it through your eyes. Like, that don't look right. It doesn't look right at all. Some things just don't look right. You're like, whoa, that's not it. That's just not it. Right? But it exposes you to perspective. Your spiritual filter, the eyes, is your spiritual filter. It exposes you to perspective. So here's something that I want you to write down. This right here, I heard this from an apostle, and she told this to me, and I'll never forget it. She says this. She says, and I quote, "You see with your mouth, but you hear with your eyes." So whatever you speak, you see. Whatever you hear, you see with your mouth, but you hear with your eyes. Whatever you see, you hear it. You follow me? You see with your mouth. So you speak what you see, but you listen to what you see as well. You speak what you see, but you see what you hear. You speak what you see, and you see what you hear. So if I hear something, I see it. If I speak it, I see it. Either way, no matter if you hear it or you speak it, you still have to do what? See it. Your eyes are very important. We always say your eyes are a gateway to your soul. It is a portal. We know that. But it's also a filter. It is a filter. That's why you can see things on people that other people cannot see. Because your filter is different from theirs. That's why it brings a different perspective. Your filter is completely different than other people's filter. So what does that mean? That means that this mindset alone, like, it keeps your perspective healthy when you think about it like that. Like, you see with your mouth, but you hear with your eyes. So sound comes through your eyes. You see the sound. You see the things that don't sound right. You see the things that just, you're like, that just don't look right. It don't sound right to me at all. So you see these things. You absolutely see these things. But you hear it with your eyes as well. So your perspective becomes healthy. As long as it stays healthy, guess what happens? You will walk in light. But if it's distorted, darkness is going to take over. If it's distorted, darkness is going to take over 100%. It's going to take over. If your spiritual filter is distorted, if it's distorted by negativity, if it's distorted by the way your mama told you to look at things, if your mama told you to look at men one particular way, I guarantee it, that's the only way you're going to see it. A lot of our visions are distorted, not because of the devil, not because of the Lord, but because of what the devil did to the people that had influence over our lives. What the devil did to the people that came before you influenced you to see and think things the way that you think. Absolutely. If your vision is distorted, darkness will take over. If your spiritual filter is distorted, darkness is going to take over. Matthew 6:22 and 23 says this, and I quote, "The lamp of the body is the eyes." Look it up when you get some time. Matthew 6:22 and 23. You can look it up right now. I have it up as we speak. The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your body is full of light. But if your eye is bad, then your whole body is full of darkness. It's something about the eyes. It's something about the vision. It's something about what you see. It's something about you seeing with your mouth, but you hearing with your eyes, that really has something to do with the lamp, the light in your body being turned on. It's something about the vision that takes place that turns the light on inside of you. It's something about it. Without this, your eyes, your brain doesn't even compel to what light is. It doesn't. That's why the devil stands in between your eyes and your brain, to be darkness there. That's the reason why when you see people's eyes and they turn black, that's because the enemy is standing between their eyes and their brain. Darkness. But when you see the light on people's faces, that's because the Lord is standing between the eyes and their brain, which brings what? Light. So in the midst of things, when you see darkness, when you see light, ask yourself, who's standing in between what I see and what I'm thinking? Our focus should be, I need to look at this vision every single day so that whenever I see the vision, the Lord is standing there in between, helping me with my spiritual filter so that I don't overthink it. So that when I see it, I can still have hope that it's coming to pass, that it's still there, that it's going to happen. That matter of fact, not that it's going to happen, that it did happen already. So my words need to be in alignment with what has already taken place. So when I write down my vision, it's not that I will get it or I would. No, I have it already. I own this. I have millions. I have my bank account at this. I am this. I am that. I am putting it in today's time. I'm not going to put it in next week's situation. I'm not going to, because it keeps it flowing, constantly going, and I'm never going to catch up to it. And the more I keep putting it off. So in other words, when you put it in the form of the future, you're procrastinating with your vision. Well, I will get here. No, you're already there. Like, you're here already. Don't say you will, because the scripture says don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow have enough troubles of its own, but rather focus on today. That means that I am right now in this moment. I can't focus on next week or tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to see the next day, but I can look at right now. I can focus on right now. So I am where I am right now in this particular moment. So I'm going to keep on focusing on now. I can't let my vision procrastinate any longer. I can't let it go any further any longer than where I am right now. Because if I continue to let my vision to procrastinate, the enemy is going to have his way with my life. I can't let it happen. I got to keep speaking as if it's done now in this present time, so that what I want, what I'm asking the Lord for, can be in direct alignment with the spirit realm. So the spirit realm is still moving. I need to catch up to it. The spirit realm is not going to slow down for you, me, anybody. It's going to keep on going. I'll give you a case in point. When someone passes away, the sad part about it is the person got about 30 days of mourning, if that. Because after the second week, people go back to their lives. The spirit realm is still moving. Life is still lifing, as we call it. It never stops. It keeps on flowing. It keeps on moving. So we have to still keep moving with it, right? Some of us still hold on to it. My dad passed away in 2009. Still hits me till this day. It's gone on 20 years that he's been gone from this earth. And still till this day, I have moments where I'm like, dang, like, I wish I could call him. I wish he was here. Like what? It's just so much I would want to ask him right now. Now that I'm at this big age, I want to ask him, like, what do you think about this? Because I just don't know. I just need your perspective on this. So the enemy's job is to keep you full of darkness. Why? So that you don't think anything different. If you're constantly saying it will happen, it will never happen now. And in all actuality, you really want it to happen right now. You want it to happen in the next 24 hours, and it absolutely can. It happens all the time. We just don't hear about it because we don't have access to people in different countries. We're not the only country on this world, guys. There's other countries all over the world. There is. We just don't know it because we live in this country. We just live in this country. We do. So remember, this teaching is called 2020 in the Spirit. Seeing 2020 in the Spirit. So vision isn't just sight. Like, I want you to understand it. It's about faith. And faith has to be in motion. Vision isn't just sight. It's faith in motion. That's all your vision is. Your vision is faith in motion. That's it. In other words, while things are moving, you still have faith in it while it's still moving. Man, listen, the moment you pray about it, it automatically goes into work instantly. Your faith has to be in motion while it's working. Your faith is like gasoline in a car. That's all it is. Your faith is like gasoline in the car. Guess what? When that tank hit E, you got to keep filling it up. Fill it up with faith. What does that look like? Reading your vision. Becoming what you see there already. So you can be prepared. So you can act like you've been here before. So you can act like it's already done. So don't be shocked when it hit you. So I was like, yeah, I said I was going to be a millionaire in December. I said I'm a millionaire by November 6th. I said it. It's done. So once it happened, I'm like, okay, all right, cool. I'm a millionaire. Now it's time to go to the next thing. Now it's time to figure out, how can I make another millionaire, or a 6-figure earner, or a 5-figure a month earner? Like, how can I help someone make another additional $2,000 to $5,000 a month going into the household on top of what they're currently making? How can I do that? Like, the vision should be that continuously, because it's called faith in motion. So even if it doesn't happen fast, keep it written, keep it clear, and keep it in front of you. That's called faith in motion. You keep it in front of you, you have it clear with a date, and you write it in present time as if it's done already, and then that's it. And you keep it in front of you. Put it on your mirror, put it on the dashboard in your car, have it as a screensaver in your phone. So every time you look at it, that's all you see. That's all you see. You don't see anything else other than that. Because I'm going to tell you, man, social media can really knock you off your square. You could be scrolling and scrolling, and all of a sudden it'll take you, like, the algorithm is so tricky. It'll take you into something that you don't even watch. Like, you can click on one reel and then you can just swipe up and it'll just start taking you to other stuff. And you're like, what the heck? Like, I don't even watch this. And you just, like, it'll literally, the algorithm will take you to different places. It absolutely will. It doesn't matter who you are or what you follow, who you follow. The algorithm doesn't care anymore. It is strictly off of swiping now. It's kind of like TikTok. It's just swipe with whatever on there, cool. And you still can search things, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you a guy and your profile shows that you're a man and you got pictures up there, your algorithm is going to be full of women. Full of women wearing bikinis, half naked. That's what your algorithm going to be. You didn't even choose it. You didn't choose it. One guy did a test on it in December. He said, I had my assistant create an Instagram for me. And in the Instagram, you know how you put, when you create your account, you put male or female, right? And you put your age. She said the moment my assistant did it for me, and it's like, this is a business page. And, you know, I have like 2 of my photos on there, and then, you know, we set it up or whatever. She said the first thing that popped up on the timeline was a girl twerking. She said 0 followers, 2 posts, 0 followers, 0 following. She said, I didn't follow anybody on the page. She was there. She said it. I saw it like 2-3 months ago. She said, I did not. I'm sorry. I saw it in December of last year. She said, I did not, and I quote, follow anybody. This was a brand spanking new page. But because I put I'm a guy, that's all you saw. Twerking, half naked, that's all you saw on this home page feed. He had 0 followers. And he was following nobody. How does that pop up? That doesn't make sense. Because the algorithm is designed to do what it wants to do for who's ever on there. So it's like it's auto-suggesting what you should watch and what you should feel about what you have on your social media. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm going to suggest to you that because you're black, and you're this age, this is what you're going to watch. It's like making me watch Andy Griffin. I don't want to watch Andy Griffin. Like, are you serious? Even though I think the intro song is very funny, the whistling song, but I'm not going to watch that. You're going to make me watch Love and Hip Hop? I don't watch that. I don't watch that. That's not what I watch. Why are you trying to force me to watch this stuff? That's what the algorithm does. It forces, it auto-suggests things. So what we have to do auto-suggestion as well. Auto-suggestion for you is taking what it is and make your faith move in motion. You wrote it down. You write it down in today's time, and you read it every single day. And you keep it in front of you. Look, y'all know what we say Habakkuk, but Habakkuk 2:2-3 says, right? Y'all have heard the verse before, but I'm going to read it to you. It says, write the vision and write the vision. In other words, write down the vision so that your spiritual filters can turn on. Write down the law. Write the vision, law. Write the law. And after you write down the law, you know what you do? You make it plain on tablets. That means get a pen and a pad, a physical ink pen, and a tablet. Dang, where did I put my tablet? Oh, it's over there. Write the vision. Make it plain on an actual tablet. Get you some paper and write it down on an actual tablet. Not a digital tablet. Not in your notes. Get a pen and a pad and write it down. Every person, every book that I have on entrepreneurship. I mean, even Bishop Jakes, he talked about it. Who else I have? David Imonitie, love this guy. He out here in Houston. Who else? How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie, one of the most phenomenal books I think I've read in my life. 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. They all say the same thing. Apostles, Prophets Come on the Move, right here, by Dr. Bill Harmon. Right here. He said write it down as well. He said write it down. The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. Another one said write it down. What's the other book I have? Oh, by Bill Kwan, PhD, the prosumer. He said write it down. Oh, Grant Cardone, seen this guy before, the Millionaire Playbook. You see what he has on there? A pen and a pad. Write it down. I got books, man. Get you a pen. Physically write it down. Make it plain. Though he may run to it, who read it? The running looks like this. I want my husband to be this way. I want a wife that's like this. Run to it. Have a sense of urgency on who you need to become to receive the life that you're writing down. Simple as that. I want to weigh this much amount of weight. I want my waist to look like this. I want my hips, my leg. I want my chest, my arms, my back look like this. How often are you rushing to go to the gym? How intentional are you when you do it? That's all it is. That's all the running. That's what the running really is. It's not a physical run. It's just you putting in the work. That's it. Put it in the work. And when you put in the work, for the vision has an appointed time. That means that when you write the vision down, and that's it. It has a time already. That's why you got to put a date on it. Put a date on it so you can stamp it in the spirit realm. So even if it doesn't happen by that particular date, it doesn't matter. It was stamped in the spirit realm that you stamped it on that date in the natural. So the spirit realm is like, okay, I'm going to go grab it, and then boom. Now that I have it, you got to catch up. Because guess what? Even though you want it for whatever reason you have, let me give you a secret. You ready? Here's a secret. God has his plans for it too. So that marriage you want, that house you want, those cars you want, that brand new healthy body that you desire of, all of that, God has his plans for it too. So you have to catch up to what God has for what you are asking for as well. Don't think you're just going to get it and that's just going to be it. God's like, first of all, I gave it to you, so you're going to do my will with this too. Not just what you want. You're going to do what you want, but you got to do what I want too. That's the catch. Yeah, I give it to you, but are you prepared to do what I want you to do with it as well? Are you prepared? That's why I'm telling you to start working toward it now, so once you get it, you'll be ready for it. This is where we get messed up. We pray for it, and then once it happens, we're not ready for it. And when we're not ready for it, we say it's the devil. We don't say it's God. I don't know if this is God. Who sent you? It's like, okay. It actually happened on the date you wrote it down, and you still questioning. But you've never been told to start acting as if it's already done. You never auto-suggested that, yep, this is what it is. I'm looking at this every single day. This is what it is. Yeah. For it has an appointed time. Write it down. Put your time stamp on there. But at the end, it will speak and it will not lie. That means it gotta come to pass. Because if it will not lie, you know what that also means? If you don't see it through, somebody else gonna see it through. Somebody else is gonna see it through 100%. So you have to see it through unless you don't want it. But if you really want it, you can have it. But God's like, according to scripture, at the end of the day, it will speak and it will not lie. It's going to speak, and it's going to speak to you and whomever else that God says he's going to use, just in case if you don't follow through. That's the reason why you can say, oh, you can be married to somebody, you can be in a relationship with somebody, and I'm only speaking of marriage, not speaking of relationship. You can be married to someone, right? And the moment your marriage falls, gets divorced or whatever, which I hate, and that person gets married and all of a sudden their life just blow up with the new spouse, because it cannot lie. So whatever it was with that particular spouse, it needed to happen. You didn't fulfill it because you wasn't putting your brain, you wasn't putting the faith in motion. You have to put faith in motion because it's not about you. It's about what God wants for that particular marriage. It is the vision of it, and you got to follow it, and you have to change for it. You got to work for it. God's not going to give you these things and you not be prepared and not work for it. You got to change the habit. He's not just going to give you this and you stay the same person. You want millions of dollars in your hand, but you still think broke. It won't work. Because the money is going to destroy you. It's not going to help you. You're still going to do that. You can't outwork a bad diet, which means you cannot outwork bad habits when it comes to your spending. If you got bad spending habits now, if you think in survival mode now, the money is going to destroy you. The money is going to destroy you. You're not going to help nobody. You're going to be selfish. You're going to be selfish because the money going to make you paranoid because you're in survival mode every day, all day. You live paycheck to paycheck in your mind, not with your finances, but in your mind you live paycheck to paycheck. That's how you live your life. Well, I just got to work to pay these bills, and I just got to. You have the wrong mentality. That's negative. It's 100% negative. Your faith is not in motion. Your faith is stagnant. Your faith is stagnant. Though, and I know this teaching is a little long, but we're gonna ride this till the wheels fall tonight. This is the season for series finale. We're gonna teach this, but at the end, it will speak and it will not lie. That means that God is gonna do it for you. God's gonna do it for you, like 100%. God ain't gonna lie to you. If you told God this is what you want, God gonna do it. You got to catch up to it. You have to. Though it tarries, tarry means it's going to take some time. Wait for it. Wait for it. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't show frustration. Even though I know that's so hard to say. Lord Jesus. Don't show no frustration. Don't do it. It's going to be hard. But guess what? That's a sign of work. It's not that the frustration won't hit you. It's about you fighting through the frustration. And you continuously fighting through the frustration. Yeah, you continuously fighting through the frustration. Wait for it. Give in, don't give up. Wait for it. Because it will surely come. End of the scripture, because it will surely come. Surely means it's guaranteed. It's there. But you have to wait for it. And the people say, well, how long do I have to wait? Well, the question is, are you prepared for it once it happens? One of the things that I've read from all of these different authors, all of them have said the exact same thing. All of them. All of them said the exact same thing. Every last... All of them said the exact same thing. And you know what they all say? Wait for it. You can't force God to move faster. You can't speed him up and you can't slow him down. Wait for it. Where's your faith? You got to work as if it's already done. A lot of y'all don't have the G-Wagon yet because you never test drove it yet. It's a principle. A lot of you don't have the houses yet because you never toured the house yet. A lot of you don't have the millions of dollars yet is because you didn't open up a bank account that can handle that type of money. That's all it is. That's it. Like, having that mindset, because it's a principle, it's a law of God. When was the last time you test drove the car that you really wanted? Matter of fact, did you even go to the dealership yet? Like I know you want that Range Rover, but like, when was the last time you test drove one? Like, I know you want that Lamborghini. When was the last time you test drove and sat in one for real? When's the last time you did it? When's the last time you sat in an Aston Martin or a McLaren or a Rolls Royce? When's the last time you did it? When was the last time that you did it? When the last time you just went in the dealership and just touched it with your hand, just like touching the grade, like it won't bite, just touch it? When's the last time you did that? When was the last time you went to a 5-star hotel or a 5-star restaurant and you just sit there and was like, oh man, look, I just want to get appetizers. I just want to sit in the environment. When was the last time you did that? Like, start putting yourself in the environments so where your spiritual filters can work there. Why does it always have to work in your current life? Because what's happening right now is you're trying to take the things that you're seeing now and trying to make it into something that you want. But the things that you want already exist. So when you put yourself in the environment of the things that you want, it's going to automatically make you change what you currently have now. I'm going to tell you what's going to be the real breaking point for a lot of you. I want y'all to literally go ahead and test drive the car that you really want in this next season. That's what I want you to do. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at your current car and you're going to start treating that car like it's the one you test drove. You're going to keep it cleaner. You're going to keep the maintenance up on it. And then God going to flip it and give you the car that you really want. But you got to follow the law. That's called faith in motion. That's called faith in motion right now. Faith in motion. Take care of what God gave you. Go into that nice house and just look around. Just smell that. Just smell the air. Go into a different restaurant. And you're like, dang, the atmosphere is different. And then turn around and go to Applebee's anywhere else. Nothing wrong with Applebee's. Nothing wrong with Chili's. None of that, to be honest. Got good food in my humble opinion. But once you go to those other restaurants, you're going to be like, dang, like, this smells good. Like, the water tastes better. Everything tastes better in those restaurants. It'll change your whole perspective. And you wonder why when you go into like Applebee's, Chili's, any restaurant, you hear the ratchet music, people dancing, and you see the drinking and the bars, the TVs. When you go to those other restaurants, you see people more happier. You see them looking nice. And we call that they just bougie, they upper class. No, that's how they live their life. But they were once there though. They decided to live there now. And trust me, when you see somebody rich, somebody wealthy, everyone's story is, everyone does not have the same story. Everybody didn't come from money. Somebody started somewhere. Somebody broke the curse and said, I'm him, I'm her, that's it, I'm doing it. It started from somewhere. When you see people driving nice cars, you see nice watches, nice bags, it started from somebody. Somebody said, I'm the one, I'm going to do it. The question is it you? Or are you going to put the responsibility on your kids? So how does your eye, your equilibrium tie this, right? That's what we're talking about, the vision, right? Your vision. How do your eyes and your equilibrium tie into this, right? Number one, your inner ear and your eye work together for balance. We all know that. Your inner ear and your eye work together for balance. It does. Number two, if your vision is off and blurry or double, you can feel dizzy, unsteady, or even fall. If your vision is off or you feel blurry, you'll fall. 100%. That's how those two tie in together. Number three, and it's the same with your spiritual walk, right? Your spiritual God-fearing walk, as I like to call it. Because when you say spiritual walk, people start, being all weird or whatever. But it's the same with your spiritual God-fearing walk. If your spiritual vision is off, which means you're focused on the wrong things, guess what? You lose balance. 100%. If your spiritual vision is off, which means it's off, meaning that you're focusing on the wrong things, and we all know that vision is law. So if the law is off of you, that means you're focusing on the wrong things. That means that you are not abiding by the law by focusing on wrong things. You are not maintaining the law. You are breaking the law by focusing on the wrong things. You lose balance. You lose balance. Absolutely. And here's the balance that you lose. You lose emotional balance, mental balance, spiritual balance, and physical balance. You break the law when you do that. This is the result of you breaking the law. You lose emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual balance. Absolutely. That's how we break the law, unfortunately. And you don't need to see everything with your natural eye to walk in clarity. You don't. All you need is to see 20/20 in the spirit. So it goes back to what I said earlier. Right? It goes back to what I said earlier. And it goes like this. You see with your mouth and you hear with your eyes. That's the epitome of being 20/20 in the spirit. So again, you don't need to see everything with your natural eyes to walk in clarity. I need clarity. I need to see. No, you don't. You don't need to see everything with your natural eyes and clarity. All you need to see is 20/20 in the spirit realm. All you need is those filters on. All you need to do is stop focusing on the wrong things and stay within your vision, and you will maintain the law. You won't break the law at all. You won't break the law at all. You won't break it. So here's the 3 questions I'm asking before we wrap this up, because we're coming to a close right now. What's throwing off your vision? What's throwing off your vision? What's throwing you off from you not maintaining the law? What's making you break the law every single day? Whatever it is, focus on getting rid of it. Whatever that is, focus on getting rid of it. Number 2, the second question I'm asking you, are you seeing through God's lens or your own lens? Whose lens are you seeing it through right now? Whose vision, whose lens are you seeing it through right now? God's lens or your own lens? And then number 3, what vision has God placed in front of you that you've put down? What vision has God placed in front of you that you've put down and said, I don't know. What vision? What vision has God put in front of you that you yourself had put down? And the reason why I ask you these questions is because of these 3 things that I'm done. Number 1, the enemy attacks your vision and throw you off balance. That's why you need to know the answer to these 3 questions. What's throwing off your vision? Number 1. Number 2, are you seeing things through God's lens or your own? And number 3, what vision has God placed in front of you that you've put down? You have to know the answers to these questions, because if you don't, number 1, the enemy attacks your vision to throw you off balance. Meaning what? Emotional balance, spiritual balance, physical and mental balance. Excuse me. Number 2, when you can't see clearly, you can't move confidently. When you can't see clearly, you can't move confidently. It goes back to what I said earlier. If you're blind and you can't see, or you walk with your eyes closed, and you close your eyes and you spin around 3 times really, really fast and you walk, you're not going to be confident on where you're going to be. You're going to walk somewhere else. You're going to walk into something because you can't see clearly. You can't move with confidence. God's vision is what keeps us from falling into confusion. This is the last point. God's vision is what keeps us from falling into confusion, fear, and misalignment. Keep the law. That's all you gotta do is keep the law. That's it. Just keep the law. Write the vision. Make it plain. Read it every day. Write it as if it's now. I have this. I am this. I have this. I have that. I have that. Not I will. I will. When you put I will or is going to, you are procrastinating the vision. It needs to happen now because the spirit realm is moving way too fast. That's the reason why. And I just noticed this last week. Yo, I'm in a central time zone and it's not getting dark until 9 p.m. And it's like that never, even with daylight savings time being on, that never happened. 8:15, okay, 9 is diabolical, like for real. Like something going on. Something is going on. The sky everything just look different now. Because the spirit realm is moving so fast. So we gotta be prepared, man. We have to be prepared. We have to be in alignment with what the Lord is saying. So write it down. I am this. I have this. In today's format today. You're not promised tomorrow, right? Write it in today's format. Put a date on it. On this date, I have this. On this day, I have that. On this day, by this date, I have this. By this date, I have that. Be specific. Be specific. So God knows. Now, the moment you put that date down, I'm just letting you know. Get ready. Because God going to start moving stuff immediately. You understand? In the words of the late great Bernie Mac, immediately. He going to start moving it quick. Be prepared. That's why I'm telling you, start living your vision as if it's already in your life now. Start living it now. Don't wait until, oh, I'm going to get it, then I'm going to live it. No, you live it, then you get it. It kind of goes hand in hand with Jesus healing the guy with the withered hand. He says, stretch forth and I heal you. I've been like this all my life, dude. You're going to tell me to stretch forth? My hand is withered. How you going to? No, you heal me, then I stretch forward. He say, no, stretch forward, then I'll heal you. And the Bible says, as he even attempt to stretch, his arm instantly, his bones broke into place, and he screamed at her, and then all of a sudden, he grew a full, normal arm and hand, and it looked just like his other hand. He stretched forth, then he got healed. Heal me, then I stretch forward. That doesn't make sense to me as your Lord and Savior. You stretch, then I heal you. Put in the work. Start, whatever you wrote on your list, start becoming it. So that way, once it comes, you'll know how to handle it. There's nothing worse than getting something that you want, but come to find out once you get it, you don't even know how to handle it. That hurts. So now the whole time you can't really enjoy it. You're just trying not to lose it, which puts you in what? Survival mode. That's all it does. So you're not even enjoying it for real. Like, ooh, I want this new car, I want this new car. And the only thing you're thinking about is the car note and putting gas. You're not even enjoying the car for real. Enjoy the car. Ooh, I want this new house, I want this house. All you thinking about, ooh, the mortgage is this much, I ain't got the money to pay for it. God would have never put you in it if he didn't think you could afford it. He would never put you in it if he didn't think that you'll have the funds for it. But you're not even enjoying it. Like, enjoy it. Enjoy it, man. Like God is really trying to see how you're gonna handle the things that he's giving you. He's just seeing. Because he gotta give you a preview first. Because if he give it, sometimes he'll give it to you then, but sometimes he'll give you a preview to see how you're going to handle it. So he can tell the enemy, just like how he did with Job, yo, he's upright and righteous. He ain't going to curse me because I take everything from him. But I got to see how you handle it, how you manage it. So I'm giving you a preview first. So once you fully get it, it's going to be second nature to you. Because every new level comes with a different warfare. So I understand you want the new house, but the warfare is different though. It's not an apartment, this is a house. With a house, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible for the maintenance, the pipes bursting, the appliances. You can't call maintenance and say, hey, my fridge, I bring a new fridge. No, you have to bring your butt to Home Depot, or Lowe's or wherever and buy a new fridge if your fridge goes out. Or you got to call somebody to come out and they will charge you just to come look at it. And then after they charge you to just look at it, you're going to have to pay them a fee for them to fix it. That's the responsibility of having a house. But the thing is, though, you can't even think like that. Because if you do, you're not keeping the law. That means you're thinking about the wrong things. You got to keep the law. The law is division. Division is positive, and you can't think negative. So it's like, whew, well, thank God I have a house to live in. Because you could be on the street. But God's like, no, greater works you will do. So that's it. I pray this helped you. If it helped you, please share the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you decide to give. Information is in the description. But I'll see you on Wednesday Bible study. Share this video. I know it's long, but it's meaty though. Like sometimes you need this meat. This is the wrap up of this series called Equilibrium. Make sure you share part 1 and part 2, and this is part 3, the final. And then I'm going to see you on Wednesday. And I pray this really helped you. Take care.